Hey, hi guys, welcome to PCF. So in our last video, we'll discuss everything about the you know text functions. Okay, string functions we discussed right now. Today we are going to discuss date type functions. Okay, date time functions we have a different types of date functions. But these are the so this will give the with the accuracy like one. So each one, suppose this is the system defined function. Okay, so if you select this, okay, select current date, okay, current date timestamp, it will give, okay, press F5. Okay, this will give the so date and time, even the seconds, okay, something like that. Even get date also will give the same thing. Okay, get date also will give, but more accuracy. Okay, more accuracy than this date. Okay, so if it is go in some other millisecond, something like that. Okay, so get date. So if you execute, so if you execute both, okay, press F5. Okay, see, almost same, both are same. Okay, so you can use either get date, or so most of the times we use the get date. Okay, so most of the time we'll use the get date. Okay, so and sys date. Okay, sys date also is there. So but this is also kind of, okay, system defined date only. Okay, so these are all system defined dates. Okay, you want to know about the current date. Okay, current date, you can go with these dates. Okay, you can go with these dates. Okay, press F5. So this is more accurate, like it's giving some accuracy, seconds, milliseconds, something like that. So it's going and then it's giving. Okay, so we'll discuss the detail. Okay, so but if you want to read somewhere, like, so see, so even if you mouse over there now, okay, it's giving the, so if suppose if I move to the get date, okay, what it is saying, returns the current system date and time. Okay, date and time. If you move to the current so it returns a date and time. Okay, so current date and time, which gives the, so if you go to the get date UTC date. Okay, so you can mouse over there, it's giving the definitions also. Returns the date and time value representing the UTC. Okay, representing the current UTC time zone. Okay, you can see the differences, guys. Okay, if you want to know more about the differences, you can mouse over there and then it's giving the definition. Okay, so suppose if I do this, okay, see that. Okay, so this is the definition, guys. Okay, this is the definition. Hope you got the definition, where we have the definition and all. Okay, so you can mouse over there. So for every date it's giving the definition. Okay, so if you want to know the differences between the sys date and even current, okay, get date and current date, something like that, so you can go with this and then you can check that. Okay, so like today, to date time offsets. Okay, this is also one of the system defined date. Okay, you can go and select and what exactly it will return and all. And also if you want the definition, okay, something, you can go there and then, okay, so I think it's required some input parameter. So you can go here and then you can see what is the input parameters required. Okay, expression and time zone, something, okay, it's expects. Okay, so apart from this, okay, so if you keep aside this one, so these are the very most of the times we use the get date. Okay, get date is the current date and time. Okay, so it will give the date time format. Okay, so that we'll discuss. And then so we have a year, month, and, okay, year function we have, and month function, and day function. Okay, so where is the that, so this is the year function, okay, guys. Okay, this is the year function, and this is the month function, and this is the day function. Okay, so what exactly this one, so from date you can, if you want to, okay, so from date you want to suppose year separately, month separately, and day separately, then you can go and you can give these functions. Okay, let me take this get date. Okay, so from get date we will we will bring so all this separately. Okay, suppose if you want year separately, so just write year, get date, and not only get date. Okay, if you want to, okay, if you want to specify some date, okay, from the date it will bring the year separately. Okay, bring the year separately. See, the 4 digits year number, it's giving separately. Okay, and also if you want a month, so you can specify the, instead of year you can specify month, it will give the month number. second month, right? So whenever you use this function, so it will not give the month. So name, actually you can specify the name also. Okay, something here. Okay, so whenever it's a system defined something, you can keep a bracket, square brackets. Okay, so it will give the name. Okay, alias name. So there is no column name, right? It's showing there is no column name. So you can specify as a alias name. Okay, whenever you do aggregations and time intelligence functions, if you use the time intelligence function, so it will not give any column. So just you could go ahead and give a column name. So as you can specify as, and then you can give the column names. This is the month. Okay, and even you can specify the day also. Okay, so if you want, you can select all these in one call. Okay, one selection. Okay, so I will remove this. Okay, you can specify the comma. Okay, and then even if you want to specify day, so you can select the day also. Okay, comma, and then instead of month you can write day here. Okay, so these are the date function, year, month, day. Okay, year, month, day. So see, so year, month, and a day. Okay, something you can write like this. Okay, and the important functions are DATEADD, DATEDIFF, and date name and date part. These are very, very important function in a date function. Okay, these four are very, very important function. What is DATEADD? Okay, what is DATEDIFF and date name and date part? Okay, these are the very, very important functions. Okay, if you go here and if you want to see the date add means, so you are adding some months or years or quarters, years, months or day. Okay, whatever you want to add the existing date. Okay, so if you want to add or if you want to subscribe, you will. Okay, if you want to subtract, if you want to subtract, you will go with the DATEADD. Okay, for subtraction there is no separate formula. In DATEADD only we will use that. Okay, so DATEADD requires date part. Okay, so date part and increment. Okay, how much you want to increment on, and date you have to give the date, and so something like that. Okay, just let me go here. Okay, these are the parameters we have to provide. Okay, let me go here so that when I write an example, so you will understand very clearly. Okay, let me go here and select. Okay, select date add open bracket. Suppose if you have a get date. Okay, it's a date. Okay, so date, so it required first date part. Date part means that maybe year or months or quarter. Suppose this time year, I'm keeping year, and then interval, how much you want to increment. Okay, so that may be -2 or -3. Okay, -3 years. Okay, and then so this get date. Okay, from get date you are minusing how many? So 2 years. Okay, so 2 years means, okay, today, so we are in 22nd second 9. Okay, -2 years means how it will give 22nd and 9th day. So just go here and then execute it. So it will give the, see, 22nd 9. Okay, so when we will use this data at something like that, so I want, so who has joined from last 2 years. Okay, last 2 years. Okay, who joined from so there is an employee table. In employee table, who hired, who are there from last 2 years, or who are there from last 2 months. Okay, 2 months. Okay, otherwise you can specify months. Okay, you can specify months. Okay, months, 2 months. Okay, otherwise if you last month, who has joined from last. Okay, so who has joined in the last months. Okay, so in where class you can specify this. Okay, in where class you can specify this, and then you can get the last month who has joined. Okay, so higher date is equal to, okay, you can specify, so higher date something, higher date is there, right? So higher date, so in your table, suppose you have a higher date equal to, if this date. Okay, then it will bring, okay, the equal date. Okay, so whatever the equal date we have, so where you have to specify the where. Okay, suppose employee table. Okay, where, like that. Okay, I don't have any HR table, so that is the reason I'm not specifying. Okay, if you have a HR table, something like that. Okay, so you can specify the where class, and higher date is equal to this data in unco. So like, so last 1 month who joined, so last 1 month, so you can get this. Okay, so that way you can go with the even not only one, guys. Okay, if you want to future, okay, if you want a future dates, okay, you can add one date extra, so it will give the, so what is the next 1 month, okay, next 1 year, okay, you can specify the year, even day also, okay, last 2 days, okay, who has joined last 2 days, or so what is the, so something, okay, forecast that the next 2 days, something like that, next 1 day, so that everything date add will give the, so it will add the, so that may be day or year or month or something like that, okay, so the intervals, okay, you can specify the intervals here, and then so based on the intervals it will act the date add, okay, so that may be, you can specify a day or month guys, okay, here you can specify the month, okay, and even that may be here, okay, that may be here, okay, so everything it will be, okay, if you want the -1, okay, so I want only, so -1 year data, okay, I want to -1 year data, you can use this in a where class, and then you can get the -1 year data exactly. So every time if you execute, okay, suppose tomorrow if you execute it, so tomorrow if you execute it, so and after 1 month also you will execute, so it will always give the minus, so previous 1 year data, okay, that way you can go with the date add. And then date diff, okay, so date diff requires the start date and end date and the same date part, okay, so you need to provide the date part, okay, so date part means again a day and month and year, okay, date part, that is the date part, and then start date and end date, okay, something like that, okay, so you have to specify, so you want to see the differences in months, you can go with the months, and if you want to see the differences between okay, what is the start date and end date, so if you want to see the days, and then months and months, years and years, okay, suppose let me go here and write select date differences, okay, date diff, okay, date diff open bracket, so it's required, see even here also it's showing, so what are the parameters we required, okay, so here also it's showing what are the parameters required, okay, so when open bracket is saying, so interval start date as a date, end date as a date, okay, so something like that, okay, so interval means, so suppose I want to see date year, okay, so how many years, suppose there is a date of birth, suppose, okay, so 20 1987 04 09 and 04, okay, so this is the date I have, this is the starting date, and end date is a current date, okay, get date is a current date, okay, so end date is a, so I'm keeping current date, and then if you want to see the differences between these two date, okay, this is the date of birth, okay, so this is the date of birth and this is the current date, okay, I want to see in a years, okay, how many years age, okay, how much, so years, how many years, okay, just execute guys, okay, so 35 years old, okay, 35 years old, so same, okay, if you want in a month, okay, I want to see that in a month, okay, how many months, okay, same guy, so how many months, so this is a year, okay, as a year, okay, you can specify year, and then so months, okay, if you want to see the months, comma, okay, so let me go here and then paste it, and then instead of year you can select the month, okay, so month, okay, so just remove the select statement, okay, we don't require select, okay, and if you want to see in a days, okay, how many days, okay, this is a months, okay, as in a months, okay, age in a months, like something age in months, okay, and then close, okay, and so if you want to see in a days, okay, you can go with the days, okay, difference, okay, you can change the, instead of month you can change it to date, okay, something like that you can write, okay, this is the days, okay, age in not months, it's a days, okay, and then execute, okay, and then execute, see, so these many years and these many months and these many days, okay, something like that. So date diff will always give the, so what is it, suppose date diff usually will go with the ticket, suppose if you call to the customer care and they open the tickets, and so when they closed, okay, so they have the service level agreements, based on the service level agreements, okay, so they closed within the SLA and without SLA, something like that, you want to know, so we will go with the So when the ticket is opened, and that is the start date, and then when ticket is closed, okay, that is the end date. If you want to see that in a days and hours and minutes and seconds, something like that, so you can specify even hours also. Okay, hours and minutes and seconds also you can specify in the date diff, and then you can get the so differences, guys. Okay, date diff differences. Okay, next is date name. Okay, so date name requires the again date part and then date. Okay, so it will return so your date name. Okay, suppose, okay, you go here and then select, okay, select date name. Okay, date name will give the name of the so interval. Okay, suppose interval means like day name, something like that. Okay, you can specify the day name, and so you can specify the date. Okay, you can specify this date, or like if you want to keep get date, okay, you can keep get date. Okay, something I want to know the day name of this date of birth. Okay, so just close and then close, guys. Okay, so just it will give the so day name is not there or what? Keep specified day. Okay, so day is a what? Day of. Okay, DD. It's giving the day number, but name of the day. Okay, suppose month name. Okay, so if you want month name, so it will give the month name. Okay, so like that it will give the month, or so this is the September month, I know, but day name also it should give, but I don't know why it's not giving day weekday, I think. Okay, we have to specify weekday, so it will give the day name. Okay, so Friday. Okay, something like that. Okay, you can get. Okay, so you can even get date from get date also, you can get the day name. Okay, instead of manual date, you can keep specify the get date there, and then also what is the day today, so it will give the day name. Okay, okay, even month name. Okay, if you want to specify the month name, you can specify month. Okay, okay, it will give the month name and day name. Okay, so like that. Okay, it will give the names. Okay, so date part is will give the so the part of the date. Okay, like so which part you want to, day part, year part, and month, or so whatever the part. Okay, year part, if you want a separate year part, it will give the year part, and month and day part. Okay, something, it's a date part means it's a part from the date. Okay, which part you want to subtract from the date. Okay, so something date part will give. Okay, so you can go here and then you can write select the date part. Okay, date part, so go here and then select the date part. Okay, so in what type of scenarios and all we will discuss in the next video. Like we'll take one table, and then so just I'm so try to explain, like so you will understand what is the date part and date different date add. So tomorrow we'll see the one, we'll take one table and then we'll see the differences and the date parts and everything. Okay, so I think you are getting this date part and date name, and what are the date function. Even there is a Isdate case. Okay, Isdate also it will check whether the date is okay, is this date or not. Okay, something. Okay, there is a column, so is that date or not, and something it will check. So I will explain this one, so after date part case. Okay, so now you can go the get date, and then you can specify the month. Okay, comma, so get date and then close. So it will give the numbers. Okay, it will give the numbers and part of the date. Okay, so see, and if you want to specify day, okay, you can specify day. Okay, if you want to specify the hours, you can specify the hours, and you can specify the minutes. Okay, so we'll see hours will not give or not, so we'll see that. Okay, hours, see it's giving hours also. Okay, so whatever you specify, guys. Okay, whatever you specify, so HH means hours. Okay, hours is there or not? Yes. So even minutes. Okay, means minutes. Okay, something like that. You can go and you can specify that it will give. Okay. So now Isdate. Okay, what is Isdate? Okay, select. Suppose there is a some characters. Okay, like a is there. Okay, is this date or not? Okay, so it will check. Okay, so if it is date, it will give 1. If it is not date, it will give what? 0. Okay, let me, so instead of string we'll write a date. Okay, so just execute it. So this is the date. So that is the this is so first one is not date, right? So that is the reason it's giving 0, and the second column is a date, right? So get date is a date, right? So that is the reason it's giving 1. Okay, so Isdate will give the, so whether it's a date or not. Okay, so the column is date or not. Okay, sometimes date will be in a string format. Okay, so to check the date, okay, so whether it is a date or string, something like that, so you can go with the Isdate functionality. Okay, this is about the date functionality. So we are I think the video is more lengthy now, so we'll check in detail. Okay, we'll take the table and then we'll see like when we use the date name and date diff and okay, so date add something like that. So we'll see tomorrow class in details, guys. Okay, thank you so much.